Good evening. This is Monday, August 4th, 92 days until the 2008 presidential election. John McCain may have just had his let them eat cake moment. Marie Antoinette never said that. The story was already out when she was a little girl, so if the comparison is unfair, it's unfair to Marie Antoinette. But in our fifth story on the countdown, the Republican presidential candidate has devoted his nightly embittered mocking quota to ridiculing a gas-saving suggestion advocated by his Democratic rival. A gas-saving suggestion advocated 5 weeks ago by a governor John McCain is considering as his running mate. A gas-saving suggestion advocated 2 years ago by those liberal lunatics at NASCAR, the stock car racing circuit. A gas-saving suggestion which President Bush's own highway department suggests could save more barrels of oil in 1 year than new offshore drilling could produce in 4. Keep your engine tuned and your tires properly inflated. This as Senator Obama declaring in Michigan today that we must end the age of oil in our time. In a new ad, the Obama campaign stating that 4 more years of an administration tied to big oil would be the wrong choice.
Every time you fill your tank, the oil companies fill their pockets. Now Big Oil's filling John McCain's campaign with $2 million in contributions. Because instead of taxing their windfall profits to help drivers, McCain wants to give them another $4 billion in tax breaks. After one president in the pocket of big oil, we can't afford another. Barack Obama, a windfall profits tax on big oil to give families a $1,000 rebate. A president who'll stand up for you.
I'm Barack Obama, and I approve this message.
The McCain campaign responding, quote, Barack Obama's latest negative attack ad shows his celebrity is matched only by his hypocrisy. Back in Michigan, the presumptive Democratic nominee pointing out that an end to the age of oil in our time will not be accomplished through offshore drilling.
We can't simply pretend, as Senator McCain does, that we can drill our way out of this problem. We need a much bolder and much bigger set of solutions. We have to make a serious nationwide commitment to developing new sources of energy, and we have to do it right away, right now. We cannot wait.
The other Bon Moe from the McCain campaign today handing out tire gauges to the traveling media corps, which read Obama's energy plan, a stunt meant to mock the Obama suggestion last week that Americans improve their gas mileage by keeping all tires properly, fully inflated, as if that were the only part of Obama's energy plan. Cue Senator McCain in Pennsylvania today.
Unfortunately, Senator Obama continues to oppose offshore drilling. He continues to oppose the use of nuclear power. These misguided policies would result in higher energy costs to American families and businesses and increased dependence on foreign oil. We're not going to achieve energy independence by inflating our tires.
Please stop yelling at me, sir. The McCain campaign also emailing a fundraising pitch offering the tire gauges for a low $25 donation. They are available at Amazon.com for 89 cents. Problem number 1, checking tire pressure is not the only aspect to Obama's energy plan, which also includes in no particular order dipping into the Strategic Petroleum Reserve, putting at least 1 million plug-in hybrid vehicles on the road by 2015, and a major commitment to helping the auto industry build new factories or renovate existing ones to retool for the production of those new generation vehicles. Problem number 2, Obama is not the only one to have advised Americans that properly maintained tires increase fuel efficiency. California Governor Schwarzenegger, and let's see McCain try to mock him about this, having said in June in a joint appearance with Florida Republican Governor Charlie Crist, who campaigned with McCain last Friday, that average citizens should keep engines tuned and tires properly inflated, as well as driving slower, buying hybrids, and lowering overall consumption. Governor Schwarzenegger having added at the end of the June, quote, energy prices are not going back to the good old days. Know who else believes that tire pressure affects the fuel efficiency of a car? NASCAR does. It has advised on its website for 2 years and counting that tires be checked at least once a month and before every road trip. Quoting further, with escalating fuel prices, the time is now for drivers to focus on simple things like proper tire pressure to maximize tire performance and increase fuel economy. Perhaps Cindy McCain might have picked that up when she toured a garage at Pocono Raceway in Pennsylvania and got into a NASCAR racer with the president of NASCAR over the weekend. The Bush administration also promoting proper tire inflation as a way to save money and cut gasoline use. Quoting from Department of Energy guidelines, keep tires properly inflated and aligned to improve your gasoline mileage by around 3.3%. Time now to bring in our own Johnathon Alter, also senior editor at Newsweek magazine, and I think by the end of the week he'll be eligible to work at Car and Driver. Thanks for coming in.
Thanks, Keith. I'm feeling inflated.
I'm sure. The gas tax holiday idea has been proven to be a political stunt. It will have no practical impact on anybody except the people who will somehow make money off of it. Checking tire pressure works, and the McCain campaign is emphatically against this, as if it were suggesting that eating more pizza would somehow reduce the price of energy. How exactly does this disconnect resolve itself?
This is about stigmatizing Barack Obama, Jimmy Carterizing him. Remember when Jimmy Carter wore that cardigan sweater, and the Republicans back in the 70s said, oh, that's how he wants to address the energy crisis, have everybody wear a sweater. They were trivializing what was actually a comprehensive plan in the Carter administration. They would love nothing more than to turn Obama into a Jimmy Carter. The Republicans are very, very good at this, at taking trivial issues and using them to cut. The Democrats don't do it nearly as well. There's kind of a smear gap between the parties where, you see McCain and his surrogates, Romney was doing it this morning, they're all on message on this tire pressure deal and misrepresenting this as being the centerpiece of Obama's energy plan. You don't see the Democrats all on message, say, going after McCain for confusing Shiites and Sunnis or whatever an attack message might be. The Democrats hit hard sometimes, but they tend to do it maybe to their detriment in a more substantive way.
To that point, the Obama energy ad, it does hit McCain. It tries to tie him directly into big oil. Is it the right idea, or is it not being followed up? Is there no follow-up execution?
The follow-up is the key. The problem is, in politics, you can't just kind of land a blow and then move on to the next thing. You have to drive your point home. And there's an old saw in politics that if you're not hitting, you're getting hit. This is a contact sport, and you must, in a general election in particular, where there are real differences between the parties, you've got to be on the offensive every day or you're not going to stay competitive. I think the Obama people recognize this, but their messages aren't cutting. Somehow they're not breaking through. They're using words like windfall profits tax. I think a lot of people think, is that about wind energy? Yes. You have to get your advertising message on a plane where the message actually penetrates.
What about when it backfires? Because it seems like the celebrity ad continues to echo, and Bob Herbert of the New York Times was on this network pointing out something I don't know that anybody noticed before this morning, that not only in that McCain ad were there two underdressed blondes mixed with the black guy in the ad, but there were also images of the Leaning Tower of Pisa, the Washington Monument, and the Victory Column in Berlin, as Bob Herbert put it, phallic symbols, three phallic symbols, two blondes, and Barack Obama. So this is not just a sexist ad anymore. This is what they used to call miscegenation, isn't it? This is what they used against Harold Ford.
Well, to suggest that somehow
he's going to wind up dating those women.
Yeah,
that's the idea.
That's the oldest and deepest racist canard in American history. Really, is that the slave is going to come after the wife of the plantation owner. I can't sort of dissect and decode these ads that way. I somehow, maybe my media literacy is lacking. I didn't read that out of those ads, but I can see how some people would. And the larger issue, I think, is clear, which is they're trying to portray him as being uppity. Now, is that racist? I'm not sure.
If we're playing password and you say uppity, the word that comes into my mind, that's racist, yes.
Yes, that is clearly what the larger subtext is. As for the phallic stuff, I'll leave that to others.
Well, all right, we'll just drop it there. John Alter of MSNBC and Newsweek, thanks for coming in, John.
Thanks, Keith.